Besty wants to know, how would you advise active Jehovah's Witnesses to keep their children safe in an organisation that has been found by a court of law to be lacking in adequate childcare mechanisms?
I personally never intended to attack the Jehovah's Witnesses as a religion. We live in America and everyone has their freedom to religion, and I am a firm believer in that. With that being said, I feel that the important thing for the parents that are current Jehovah's Witnesses and current members to know that they have the power within themselves as parents to confront the elders and to ask, is there a pedophile in our midst? They have the right to know that. And so I would encourage the parents of the Kingdom Halls around the world to confront the elders. They say that you don't have the right to know if there's a pedophile in your midst, that we will decide if that information is worthy of telling you. You as parents have that right to know if your child is in danger.
Cedars and LisaRose ask, how was Watchtower found legally responsible for the abuse of Candace if Kendrick has not yet received a criminal conviction for it?
There are many cases where the perpetrator is either dead, flown to jurisdiction, or for whatever reason, including delayed reporting of the abuse, which is common in child sex abuse cases, is not prosecuted. There is no direct requirement that there be a criminal conviction in order to prosecute a third party or a perpetrator for civil child sexual abuse. And we might ask the same question about O.J. How was it that O.J. Simpson was required to pay damages to the families of the two people he killed when he wasn't criminally convicted? And the answer is because the civil courts operate under a different standard.
Pterist asks, have you been able to get professional help following your ordeal?
I'm able to stay in contact with therapists that I've had for a while. I think that my biggest therapy is being able to move on with life, going to school, and to be able to fulfill my dreams and my goals.
Not Just Yet would like to know, why did you object to Patterson being used as surety for the bond? Was it to cause the society to lose money on the premium payments?
No. The purpose of the bond is to make it easy for the plaintiff or the person who's got the judgment to collect on the judgment when the appeals process is over, and to collect on it promptly. Going from California to New York, getting an order there to sell real estate, finding a buyer, takes months and possibly years. It's involved procedure. The reason that the law is set up so that judgment debtors like the Watchtower have to either put up a bond or put up cash to the court is so that the plaintiff at the end of the day, when the appeals are all exhausted, can get paid within 30 days.
XYZ wants to know, what does it feel like to be suing the Watchtower when you once thought it represented the true religion?
I think I can kind of go back to what I had said earlier. I am not suing Jehovah's Witnesses as a faith. I'm a firm believer that everyone has a right to believe in what they want to believe in. It's part of being an American. What I would say I'm suing the organization for is their lack of having adequate policies to protect children in the event that these things happen, and they do happen.
Pterist asks, in determining the financial liquidity of the Watchtower Society, Why can't the court demand to see proof of their financial standing?
The court issued an order requiring and compelling Watchtower to bring financial reports to the court. However, at the time period between the Wednesday compensatory damage verdict, in other words, the part of the verdict that was damages awarded to Candace, and the part of the trial the next day on punitive damages to punish Watchtower for its conscious disregard of safety of children, we reached an agreement, the lawyers did, that we would just give the jury a stipulation that they had $30 million cash in the bank and real estate worth over $1 billion. After that, it really didn't matter to me about whether it was $1.6 billion or $4 billion or $8 billion or $10 billion, or whether it was all real estate or whatever. The number is so astoundingly large in comparison to what our request was for $21 million in punitive damages that it was no longer an important piece of evidence in our case.
And Nosna's left asks, have you been able to find peace from what happened in the past?
I don't think in any child molestation victim, it doesn't matter how much time has gone by, that pain and those feelings will never, ever go away. We still live with those. I still live with those on a daily basis. I find peace in knowing that I had set out to accomplish a goal, and so far, through God's grace, through an amazing team effort, we have been able to start that process. The peace that I have personally would be going for my dreams and goals, going to school, becoming a veterinary technician, working with animals. Those are the things that bring me personal peace.
Outlaw asks, will you be taking on any more cases against the Watchtower Society?
If there was a case that came to me that met the legal requirements of California law and that we could successfully prosecute, we felt, then yes, we would certainly be interested in prosecuting it, because I don't think that Watchtower has learned all of the lessons yet that they need to learn about changing their policies and procedures to be more protective of children.